Welcome to QMI Solutions, Introduction to 5S. 5S is a tool for creating a more organized and efficient workplace. Before explaining what 5S is, let's look at what companies have achieved by implementing 5S. Niagara Therapy Manufacturing asked QMI to perform an audit of their manufacturing process. A key outcome of this audit was the introduction of 5S. As a result, they have significantly improved their performance. 5S helped Niagara achieve savings of over $400,000 per annum. The Niagara case study is included on this CD. Can steel fabricators applied 5S as part of QMI's Pro Edge Manufacturing Excellence Program. By using 5S and other lean manufacturing tools, they were able to double their capacity in a short period of time. Their case study is also included on this CD. So, what is 5S? 5S is a collection of tools that on the surface deal with cleanliness and orderliness in the workplace. However, over time, 5S develops a culture where employees are encouraged to think, work, and then to participate in driving workplace improvements. Companies benefit immediately with obvious improvements in the state of the workplace. But even more significant benefits are possible by building on the disciplines provided by a 5S culture. 5S is an enabler for other important tools and allows for the growth of continuous improvement programs like Six Sigma, Total Productive Maintenance, Visual Management, One-Piece Flow, and other lean manufacturing tools. 5S was introduced to the English-speaking world by Hiroyuki Hirano, who called them the 5 pillars of the visual workplace. 5S is short for the 5 key steps, which are: sort, discard any items that are not required in that location. Set in order, ensure that all remaining items can be located, used, and returned quickly and easily. Shine, ensure that the work area is as clean as possible. Sources of contamination are eliminated and remain so with regular cleaning. Standardize. Integrate these practices into your systems so that the benefit of the first 3 steps is maintained. Sustain. Maintain enthusiasm within the company for the benefits that 5S delivers, so continuous improvement is achieved. Refine and improve 5S to meet the changing needs of the business. 5S is a set of principles and practices regarding how workplaces should be organized and improved. Together, they represent an entire corporate culture where employees are able and expected to continually be looking for ways to improve their workplace. The driving force behind this is the employees. After all, they have first-hand knowledge of the workplace, and they benefit most directly from a clean, organized, and optimized work area. 5S is not a one-time project. It is a set of disciplines adopted by a company and maintained because of the benefits provided. Over the long term, the gains from the initial implementation of 5S are built on as the new standard becomes the norm and new levels of efficiency become possible. 5S is not owned by one department or group of people. Every person in the organization has an important role to play in maintaining an effective 5S culture. It is important that leaders in your organization work to develop and support a culture that fosters 5S. In such a culture, the high standards and level of engagement with all employees, especially equipment operators, is expected and encouraged. Some of the benefits that your company can expect from becoming a 5S company are: an improved workplace environment with less mess, clutter, and fewer hazards. Empowered and motivated employees at all levels who actively seek ways to improve the business and take more pride in their work. Reduced equipment downtime because developing machine problems are detected and corrected earlier and less likely to occur in the first place due to reduced contamination. And improvements in safety, quality, and productivity by only having what is required in the work area. Ultimately, these improvements are just the tip of the iceberg. The real improvements are inside the minds of the people who benefit from 5S. Your people. By becoming good at 5S, your company develops a culture where fantastic results that previously seemed impossible for your company come within reach. The first step to introducing 5S is sort. In this step, seek to remove every item from a work area that is not required for the current operation of that work area. Consider both production items such as stock and service items such as tools and equipment. If an item is required in a work area, how many or how much of that item is required? Think of a work area at your workplace. How many of the items are actually used in a given day? How much space is consumed by the unnecessary items? How much time is consumed sorting through the unnecessary items to find the one item that is required? How much money is consumed through buying and keeping unnecessary items? How much is your product's quality reduced because parts are dusty, out of date, damaged, or otherwise affected by being knocked around? How many muscle strain or slip, trip, and fall injuries might be prevented if there was less clutter in the workplace? Would you be happy to take your customers on a tour of your plant today? This is an example of a production office at a Queensland manufacturer before 5S. Note that offices are work areas and benefit from 5S as much as manufacturing work areas. Areas like this one are a common sight at many facilities that QMI has visited. It is likely that your company has many areas like this. This is the same production office after applying the first S, sort. Many items that were kept just in case were no longer required, and many should have been stored elsewhere. This office is now a markedly more efficient, safer, and pleasant place to work, and only after the first S. Note that 5S is about more than just cleanups. Although when 5S is introduced, the cleanups are often significant. 5S is about making effective, neat, and organized work areas a way of life rather than a special occasion. When completing sort in an area, the objective is to leave only what is absolutely required. Items that are used less frequently should be stored elsewhere. Some may even be sold or scrapped. Initially, many items seem useful, but are they necessary right here and in this quantity? Imagine there was a fire and everything was destroyed. What items would you need to acquire to allow the area to function in the desired manner? These are the items that should be in the workplace. The others should be removed, that is, stored elsewhere or even discarded. Here are some tips to help identify places where unnecessary items tend to hide. A small team, including experienced operators, will find many more items than a single person. Group discussion can highlight many items that people assume to be required, but can actually be removed. Initially, it might not be known whether a particular item is really required or not. Applying a red tag to questionable items identifies them for investigation and either storage or removal once their status has been clarified. This protects against the accidental disposal of needed items and gives confidence to staff to let go of what may be unnecessary items. Another useful technique is to set up a holding area